Camiguin is a small and peaceful island province in the Philippines, located in the Bohol Sea, off the northern coast of Mindanao. It may be the smallest island in Mindanao, and the second smallest province in the Philippines, but it has surprisingly, a lot of tourist spots to offer. Camiguin is also dubbed as an island born of fire, because it is sitting on 7 volcanoes that continue to shape and reshape its unique landscape. The interior forest reserves, known as Mount Habok Protected Landscape, have been declared an ASEAN Heritage Park. But for beach lovers, it's the water-based attractions that make Camiguin special. The best way to explore the island is to have your own service vehicle. The other option is to rent scooters, tricycles or jeepneys. Now I'm getting too excited! Come on! Let's explore the island! Our first exploration is the Katibawasan Falls. Welcome to Katibawasan Falls! It is the tallest waterfall on Camiguin Island, that stands at a whopping 70 meters tall. This is one waterfall you definitely want to add to your list of things to see in Camiguin. Okay, let's go down to the foot of the waterfall. The water in the plunge pool looks murky because of the heavy rains in the past days. However, this does not diminish the stunning beauty of the waterfall. This is Dad's penalty for not believing earlier. This place is amazingly beautiful. I'm sorry for this chaotic dance. This is my first time to see a waterfall. I can't hold myself dancing, to express my ecstasy, for such a spectacular scenery. When the weather is good, the waterfall looks more impressive, and people would love to stay longer, and enjoy the atmosphere. So, if this has enticed you, then you definitely want this fall added to your Camiguin list of things to do. Our next destination is Santo Niño Cold Spring. Santo Niño Cold Spring is one of the underrated Camiguin tourist spots. It is located in Katibawasan, which is a 30-minute drive from Mombao, and the entrance fee is 50 pesos. Santo Niño Cold Spring is a man-made swimming pool that gets its water supply from a natural spring that flows down from Mount Mombao, filtered by layers of minerals from the mountain. Therefore, it is naturally clean. Okay, let's go swimming! Although the perimeter of the pool does not look appealing, it's the clear, clean, soothing cold water that makes the pool very appealing to swimmers. Free from chlorine, and its constant changing of its pool water, clearly makes it ahead of your typical resort. You can also go snorkeling, and you can see beautiful friendly fishes in the pool. Santo Niño Cold Spring is a cool getaway, to escape the summer's heat. It's an oasis to Camiguin's visitors, who have endured a long and hot day tour. So, if you plan to visit Camiguin, never miss Santo Niño Cold Spring. Indulge yourself, with the ease and comfort that it provides, while freeing your mind from anxiety, and your body from stress. Let the fun and enjoyment rejuvenate you, before facing another wave of your career's challenges. Our next exploration is the old Spanish church ruins. Don't you know that the capital town of Camiguin was named Cotabato? However, on May 13, 1871, Camiguin's volcano erupted, and submerged the entire town of Cotabato, burying it beneath the Pacific waters, off of Camiguin's western coast. The only remnants of the former capital are the ruined old Spanish church, still revered by locals, as surviving due to the grace of God. Okay, let's explore the place. Although the church has lost its roof, its sturdy walls and columns still stand today, a massive, beautiful scar of an almost apocalyptic past. It looks like a simple ancient wall, like a fortress. Surrounded by towering trees, and covered by moss, the walls continue to give a vivid picture of how the old church looked like, and how big it was. Interestingly, the walls are made from coral stones and limestone. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself, trying to explain how the disaster happened, and the thousands of lives lost. I should have panicked and scared to death, if I was here during the volcanic eruption. That was really an unimaginable catastrophe. Some visitors would offer prayers, dedicated to the thousands of people who lost their lives during the volcanic eruption. I need a little play, just to break the monotony, but careful, not to ruin the ruins. On the other end of the historical site, was what used to be the convent. But even this was not spared by the catastrophe. Only the walls were left. We entered the structure, and found a thick bush, flourishing inside. Beside the convent, stood an enormous, towering tree, one of the biggest I'd seen in my life. This century-old tree survived the tremors and the eruption. Next to the old church, is the ruins of the bell tower. While we enjoyed to play, in an environment overflowed with serenity, this place remains a memento of its violent past. Adjacent to the old church ruins, is the Sunken Cemetery. After the eruption of Mount Vulcan in 1871, most areas of Camiguin Island submerged. This includes their public cemetery. As a proof, you can see these ruins and tombstones underwater. However, as time went by, most of the remains of the tombs are covered by corals, and no longer visible. Divers see no zombies, or thriller-like creatures in the Sunken Cemetery. Today, you can only see a giant cross rising up of the water, to mark the place of the Sunken Cemetery. Some say, a feeling of loneliness will hit you, once you see this structure, standing all alone in the middle of the sea. Visitors all over the Philippines and the world, come to admire this man-made marvel, filled with legend and enchantment. Our next exploration is Ardent Hot Spring. Ardent Hot Spring is one of Camiguin's hot springs, and the most popular on Camiguin Island. These hot springs sit at the foot of Mount Habuk volcano, which supplies the hot and crystal clear water. The hot springs are man-made pools, surrounded by lush rainforests, and the water is transparent, with a tinge of blue. The water temperature is around 40 degrees centigrade in the upper pools, and slightly cool on the way down to the lower pools. A dip in the hot springs is the best remedy for muscle pains, after a long day exploring around Camiguin Island. The hot waters of Ardent Hot Spring come from the bowels of Mount Hibuk and is said to be medicinal. People from far and wide come solely for this reason, if not out of curiosity. The best time to visit these pools is on a weekday, when it is less busy, as the weekends draw many local families, and it can get very crowded at these thermal pools. Our next exploration is White Island. White Island is probably the most sought after destination in Camiguin. Many tourists say, "You have not gone to Camiguin if you have not gone to the White Island." White Island is an uninhabited white sandbar, located about 1.4 kilometers off the northern shore of Mombao, in the volcanic island of Camiguin, Philippines. The island is generally horseshoe-shaped, although the tides constantly resize and reshape its exact form. There are no trees, or shelter of any kind, and it is composed solely of white sands. The only way to get to the island is to ride a pumpboat from the White Island Ferry Terminal in Mombao, which is located right next to Para's Beach Resort. Another thing that makes this place amazing is the majestic view of Mount Hibuk and Mount Vulcan, and the inviting turquoise water that surrounds the island. Okay, let's go swimming! The western part of the island is calm, and best for swimming. Many of the island visitors spend most of their time swimming along the westward stretch of the island. However, we board the heavy waves in the eastern portion of the island because of the strong easterly winds. The ocean current is strong, that makes swimming risky, particularly among children. While swimming is the most popular event, other activities are also done while on the island. A minimum skill on basic life support is necessary, in case of emergency like food poisoning and drowning. Well, my method is extraordinary. It's not yet scientifically proven.
Hello, anong report? Papel ba ang tingin mo sa akin? Huwag ka nga isturbo. Pwede ba manahimik ka muna dyan at huwag mo sirain ang araw ko? Bye-bye.
Eating raw sea urchin, salongo, or tuyong, is a food challenge offered by food vendors on the island. You can eat Tiyong, just like how you would enjoy oysters, or sushi. Be sure to add vinegar, to enhance its natural flavor, and kill Vibrio organisms. Sea urchin should taste like the ocean, but it should never taste fishy. If it does, it's likely gone bad. The northwest part of the island is tranquil, a nice place for meditation. Spending a few minutes here, listening to the sound of the waves, and breeze of fresh air, relaxes your mind.
So, what is your rating for Camiguin Island?
It's 9 out 10.